If you have a party that is for sex selection abortion, abortion past the point of excruciating pain, abortion late term, and notice how I did not say and will not say and counsel clients against saying, oh, their Democrats are for abortion up until the moment of birth. You know why that's not the best way to say it? Because nobody knows anybody who's ever heard of anybody about to give birth and says, you know what, I don't really like stretch marks. I'm not really ready to have another person in my life. I changed my mind. Nobody knows anybody like that. So when Donald Trump says to Hillary Clinton on October 19, 2016, you would rip that baby out of its mother's womb an hour before it's being delivered, that's sort of a metaphor for, well, who's really extreme here? And people reflexively said, ooh, could that be true? And I think it changed a lot of the conversation.
She's now, I guess, GOP campaign consultant Kellyanne Conway. She was the former legal advisor to the Trump campaign, I believe, when he was in office. She says she's pro-life, but she doesn't really know anyone that believes that an embryo is human life. And she's like, I know plenty of pro-life people, but I don't really know anyone that thinks that. It just seemed like a really kind of shockingly out of touch couple statements on where we are in terms of the abortion fight and how to go about that in terms of politics. Tom, did this surprise you coming from Kellyanne Conway? Because I know she's actually taken stronger pro-life stances in the past when she spoke at the pro-life march. Was it surprising that she kind of flipped like this?
I know Kellyanne. Obviously, I've not talked to her in a while because then she does know somebody who does believe that an embryo is human life. I worked closely with her when she was in the Trump administration. I am the one who actually asked her to speak at the March for Life because for years, Republican leadership ignored her because she concentrated on the life issues.
Back then, her shtick was like, hey, guys, Republicans, candidates, if you talk about abortion more, you actually have a chance of improving your electoral prospects. You can start to win races a little bit better. It'll actually help you.
Right. And I think now that she sold her company and she's starting her own company now, because her and this is me speculating right now, so any lawsuit should be directed to me, Josh Mercer. When it comes to TikTok, she's getting money from Club for Growth, which one of their big donors, and I love Club for Growth, but one of their big donors is involved with TikTok. And when it came to the contraception, it's very suspicious to me that at the same time that she was talking about long-term contraception, and so was Independent Women's Forum, who was paying her at the time, you also heard a whole bunch of Democratic governors and Democratic members talk about it too. So and there's a lot, the company that has long-term contraception that is trying to get it approved is a very wealthy company. So I get the feeling that I think the IVF stuff I think is more personal, but does she not in trying to explain that nobody believes that babies are aborted up until birth, find me a Democrat who will tell me differently. Find me a Democrat who will tell me, oh, you're right. 16 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 weeks. Just find me one that'll say something like that. Most of them will not give you 52 weeks.
I say what's especially frustrating, and maybe I wonder if you guys remember this. Back in the Trump-Hillary debates in 2016, he told Hillary Clinton, like, you want to rip a baby out of the womb, like, up until birth.
With what Hillary is saying, in the 9th month, you can take the baby and rip the baby out of the womb of the mother just prior to the birth of the baby. Now, you can say that that's okay, and Hillary can say that that's okay, but it's not okay with me.
And that was like a huge seismic shift of any Republican. No Republican said anything like that ever, to the point where that became like a winning point. I think a winning, at least moral high ground point for Trump to be like, well, at least I'm not going to kill a baby right before it's going to be born. And so to like walk back that win.
The Democrats went crazy. Like, that's not what, come on, what are you talking about? Abortions the 7th, 8th, and 9th month are so rare, they almost never happen. And then we're like, okay, well then let's ban them. It shouldn't be that much of a big deal then if they're that few. And they never, ever supported any of those bans on abortions in the 7th, 8th, or 9th month. So it seems like they're lying.
Beep, 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 beep. My bullcrap meter's going crazy.